about hitting the serve, and the key is going to be the grip. Like, normally people tell you to use continental grip, the handshake grip, elbow your hand right here. But ideally, you want to be one over. You don't want to be on this bevel. You want to be on this bevel. Okay. And what does that mean? That means that your hand is able to do this. You gotta have this range of motion on your wrist, right? If you have this handshake grip, your range of motion is very limited. You turn the grip a little bit, your hand can rotate. It's a very small thing, but it's a huge thing in tennis. Okay, and the key will be that when you're hitting the ball, you're thinking you're going to impact with the ball like it's your head, and the racket will come through. I think it's going to hit here and pull here. I think hit here and pull here, you know. And I will actually have my students sit like this, and where I manipulate the ball. When I'm teaching them, I manipulate the ball like this. Because it's a casting motion. Because you toss the ball right above your head right here, and you can hit flat on the ball right through. Now, people say that you also have to arch your back. And I've been with the theory that you don't have to arch your back, because I hurt my back really bad. Because when you arch your back, it's a snap up twist. And so you're going to snap up, and you're going to twist at the same time. And to me, those are two contradictory motions. And when you do that extensively, it's going to create problems. Unless you're very flexible, unless you stretch all the time. Okay. And the key thing too, I mean, when people try to do this serve, like if you can't touch your toes, like if your student or you yourself can't bend over and touch your toes, like I am not very flexible, and I have never been very flexible. Like even when I was in high school, I couldn't touch my toes very easily. So with that connotation, you know that your hamstring is tight. Your hamstring is connected to your back, lower back. Your lower back is connected to your stomach, and they work together. So this is your stomach, this is your lower back, right? If your stomach is too strong, it will create pressure on your back. If your back is too strong, it'll create pressure on your stomach. But you won't really pull your stomach muscle. The odds of you pulling a weak stomach muscle are very slim. But the tension from the tight hamstring on your back, along with a weak ab, weak core, will cause severe problems when you're playing. And so you have to be sure that when you play tennis, and the other problem with tennis is, you know, one arm bigger than the other arm. Well, if you were to measure your body and go up your arm, my right side of my body is larger than my left side of the body. And this kind of asymmetrical balance in your body creates tension throughout your body. And so it's very important that you actually lift weights, you stretch, and you do your core to maintain the balance in your body. Because when your body's unbalanced, it will lead to a back injury. Okay, I've injured my back twice. And the first injury was I was just doing a standing press like this. And so I eliminated all standing presses. And that was like I was 25 years old. And then I injured my back when I was 31 when I hit a kick serve. I wasn't really warmed up. It was the final of a mixed doubles tournament. And it was a break point. And it was a man-to-man deuce. It was the first game. I remember it. And I said to myself, I gotta really lean into this puppy, and I gotta hit a good kick serve. And I leaned back and I snapped a really good kick serve. And after I landed and then we won the point, I was like, whoa, what just happened? And I played the whole match. And I remember we won the tournament, got the trophy. I walked back to the car. And I went back to the car. Oh, something kind of happened. And then I got in the car. I went home. I had dinner. I slept. I woke up the next morning and I was just stiff. My lower back was stiff, and my orthopedic surgeon said basically that I have a very straight spine, and so since my spine is straight, it creates tension in the lower back. Okay, so my theory is when you're hitting the kick serve, I will turn a little slightly, but I won't snap up. And since I don't snap up to my lower back, I think my serve loses a little bit of power in the kick. What can help you kick serve is focusing on a loose motion in your hand, and you use your whole arm to hit the shot. So you got basically, you have multiple levers. Your first lever is your knee. You snap up with your knee. Then the next lever is your hip. You turn your hip and you snap up with your hip. Next lever is your shoulder. Then your elbow, and then your hand. So I've just eliminated my lower back snap. So I still have all my other levers, meaning that I'm going to kick up with my knees, I'm going to turn my hip, I'm going to rotate my shoulder, I'm going to snap my hand, wrist, and then release the racket. And when I release the racket, I think of it like I'm going to take this racket and I'm going to throw it across the room. If you think of that motion right there, you're throwing the racket across the room. That will give you a really nice kick. The last thing that will really help your serve is when you toss the ball, you want the ball above your head and slightly in front. Now, people don't think about that. They'll toss the ball like really behind their head, like back here. One is a dead giveaway. Like as soon as you toss the ball this far behind your head, you have to hit kick serve. You have another option. And so good players will come in on the shot and hit you on the rise. You want to hit the ball right here in front of you, have it lag a little bit above your head like this, so that when you're tossing the ball, it lags right here. And so it's a little bit hard to read that when you're on the other side. Like you're seeing me, there's no depth perception, right? So the ball is like, when you look at the alignment, the ball will be here. Not here, it's here, right? So if you're looking at me here, can you tell how far a ball is? Like if it's from here to here? It's very difficult if you're far across the court, okay? So I toss the ball in front, try to force myself to get under the ball and up and in. And that way when I come up and into the shot, I'm coming forward. I'm throwing my body into the court. I'm not throwing my body up. A lot of people think, oh, kick serve, I'm going to hit up on the ball. And I'll say, oh, hit up on the ball, bend your back, think of a rainbow, blah, blah, blah. But you got to think of it like you're serving uphill. And you're going to toss the ball in front, lean in, snap up. Okay. So what are we talking about? To really improve your kick serve, the first thing is the grip. Do you have range of motion? Is everything loose? The second thing is your toss. Keep it above your head, but in front. And then the third thing is you might want to think about making sure you're using all your levers. Knee, hip, shoulder, arm, elbow, wrist. If you're very flexible, I would use the back arch because honestly, when you snap your back, it adds a lot of power to the ball. The last item that people don't really think about is your strings. I've been using Luxilon, Alu Rough, Alu Power, and it's a very soft poly. And because it's a soft poly, the faster I swing, the ball stays on the ball longer. A stiff poly, and what I mean by stiff is like, it hits the ball and the ball just leaves. When I hit soft poly, to me it feels like the ball goes into the racket like this and comes out. Those soft polys are the ones that will give you the maximum spin, okay? Because it will make the ball compress into the frame, into the string bed, and release. When the racket is really stiff, the ball will come. It'll make impact with the racket, but it won't go all the way in. When it's soft, it feels like it goes like all the way in and pops out. It may feel like that, but what's really happening is the ball is flattening on the string, and you're getting more strings on the ball than normal. A stiff poly will not do that. The flip side to a racket like playing with Luxilon and giving you a really good spin in your serve and your ground strokes is the fact that it's really bad on the volley. When you come to net and you hit a volley, it's like the ball sticks to your racket and it's hard to pop it. So what's been happening is I have a serving racket with a soft poly and I have a returning racket with a stiff poly. So if I come to net, if I'm hitting ground strokes, I want to have a soft poly. Okay? And so ideally, I'm serving with it depends on the situation. If it's, I want more spin and bigger serve, I will use my soft poly to have bigger spin. If I'm going to serve on to the net, I want my stiffer string. Okay, so I've been having a serving racket and non-serving racket. I serve and volley with my stiff string because I give up a little bit of my serve, but I have a better volley. I return with my soft poly because I'm better off the ground. I can impart more spin. So those are things to think about too. And when you're changing rackets between serving and not serving, I don't know what the legality is. I've never really checked the rules. No one's ever caught me on it. Like I played that game where I carried 2 rackets to court and I put it on the back, and I played with 1 racket during the whole service game, and I played with 1 racket during the whole return game. In the tiebreaker, I was switching between I'm switching points. I don't know what the rule is. Okay, I honestly don't know, which is kind of funny. So if I don't know, people don't know. My friend told me, like, if you modify 1 racket with the other racket and make 1 racket heavier, so that when you do serve with the heavier racket, the ball bounces different. Then you switch to another racket, the ball bounces different. You have the same swing, but since the racket's heavier, you have a different spin, different bounce. That's an interesting thing too, because he's done that to me, where he switched rackets, and then like I'm there on the ball, instead of the ball being here, the ball is here, and so I'm like, huh? And I miss a shot. Okay, but those are things to think about. Okay, play on practice your strength. Try to have the loose grip. Check the video. I'm gonna show you with the kick, and hopefully that'll help you kick it.